Today on Teuty's track analysis, we have the track of the day for April 28th, Flora Path by Woop and Speq. Flora Path is a dirt and tech track with its main focus being on those dirt sections. However, there are sections of road, sausage, as well as magnet. There are also effect blocks on the track being engine off and reset. The track does contain a GPS immediately behind you at the start, and the GPS drives the track in the same time as the author medal time. There are multiple finishes in the track, there are no speed checks, and currently no cuts have been found. As far as the finishes go, you need a minimum of 225 speed to reach the risky finish. The risky finish at this 225 speed is roughly 9/10 faster than taking the safe finish. You can also reach the risky finish with a staying respawn at the final checkpoint. I found the track to be a fair bit more difficult than an average track of the day, rating it a 7.5 out of 10. This is because I found it pretty easy to lose gears on a majority of the dirt turns, but also even on some drifts. The drifts also aren't the easiest to pull off, with very slim timings, often resulting in no slides. The medal times, and especially the author medal time, were difficult as well, with my PB of 52.578 coming in nearly 2 seconds behind the author medal time of 50.532. This PB was roughly 1.5 seconds ahead of the gold medal time of 54 seconds, also ahead of the silver medal time of 1 minute and 1 second, and the bronze time was 1 minute and 16 seconds. I didn't find the track all that enjoyable to drive. Without near perfect lines, the constant gear loss on certain turns made the track feel unsmooth and awkward. Therefore, I would rate Flora Path a minus. For the analysis today, we are using the current world record Ghost driven by FeedTM. They had a time of 50.191, and this is 2.387 ahead of my personal best. Going to be skipping my personal best Ghost today, just using straight world record Ghost, because I was so far behind, it seemed kind of pointless, and I feel it will just be easier to focus on the world record Ghost. Not a lot going on at the start of the track here. Inside line around the first sausage turn, and then basically down the center of the entire first dirt part. And then moving on for the next dirt section, really kind of the same thing, really just kind of going somewhat down the center. Right here, it's possible to get some airtime. The world record does as well. And I guess it might be better to just eat the airtime here than trying to turn to avoid it. And then moving up to the exit of this section, you want to be turning pretty harshly to the right as you are leaving the dirt. This will cause you to slide a bit around the corner. You could go a little bit wider than what the world record does here. It'll be far easier, but for the best line possible, the tightest inside line is better. And we'll see moving up a tiny bit more, they'll do some brake taps in this turn as well to tighten up their drift around the corner. This should be done if you go for the wider exit as well. And moving a little forward again, trying to go somewhat down the center here, doing your best to avoid this edge here to the right and this one to the left as well. And like usual on the dirt exits, you want to get towards the left or right side. This will allow you to avoid a large part of the airtime you would otherwise get leaving straight. But here, you want to be towards the upper right and have some momentum going down towards the left. This will still result in a small amount of airtime. However, this will just give you a better line to set up for the upcoming drift. And as we see here, moving up, you want to start that drift before you even reach this first corner here, as well as getting down this hill. You get a little bit of airtime to help you slide around the corner as well. After the drift, though, it's all full speed, so just keep on sending it all the way through the engine off right there and the reset. And now is where we start some of my issues with the track. It was constant gear loss for this turn, and the following turn I would almost 100% of the time drop down into gear 3. If you do not have the perfect outside bank turns on this right side here and the upcoming left one, you are basically guaranteed to be losing that 4th gear. In the next drift here, you have to be extremely aggressive towards the inside corner. Otherwise, in the exits, if you are a little bit too wide, you will very easily hit the right side wall. Then you are immediately hit with another drift here, which you want to be setting up wide, and again, being very aggressive towards the inside corner. And then moving on to the final dirt section here, you want to be setting up somewhere towards the center. If you're too far inside starting this turn, you're just not going to be able to make it. You're going to get airtime and crash out. And then moving up for the turn itself, again, you want to be on this outside upper line. If you don't get a clean entrance to this and you don't get the upper line cleanly as well, you will most likely be dropping down into third gear again here. And that is basically it for the track. Just make your way towards the left-hand side to make this jump for the finish. As long as you don't crash into any walls or bounce your car around too much on the edges, you should be able to make this jump to the riskier finish pretty easily. And that'll do it for today's track analysis. I hope you enjoyed. If you did, be sure to like the video and subscribe. Check the description for links to my Twitch and Discord, and be sure to check out all the other track analysis videos out on the channel already. Thanks so much for watching, and I will see you guys on Monday for the next one.